first, no? Your vertices, your focus, yes, no? Foci, then co-vertices, okay, co-vertices, and this is the one first, okay? So let's try to find as well as the values of A and B because your A will be vertices, isn't it? Your B will be co-vertices, and your C is your focus or foci, no? Okay. So what are the values of A? Of course, you could found A with you could found the letter A in the largest number, no? So if you saw this example, isn't it that from the formula or the standard form of the equation of a ellipse of an ellipse, no? If you will see that our denominator is our a's and b's, no? So what do you think is larger, 25 or 16? Of course, 25. 25 is larger than 16. So therefore, we could tell that 25 is our A, correct? All right. So it is our A squared. No? Our A squared is 25. And our B squared is, of course, 16. Ha? 16. Please take note, ha? It is A squared because this one. Ha? A squared, B squared. All right. Now, if we know already our A squared and B squared, we need to find the value of A and B. How are we going to find the value of A from the given? Because it's squared. So we are going to square both sides or get the radical. No? All right. So we are going to remove the squares of both sides. No? So therefore, we could have A is equal to square root of 25. And what is the square root of 25? It's 5. Correct? Now, how about for B? Same process. Going to have the radical in both sides or square it in both sides, no? All right, so it will become B is equal to radical of or square root of 16. And what's the square root of 16? It's 4. Okay, so in here, we could have the values of A, which is 5, and the values of B, which is 4. Okay? Now, how about the C? Because we need also the foci, no? As we mentioned last time, we have C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Okay, please remember this one. Now, how are we going to find the value of C? We only need the value of C, not C squared. So we are going to square root both sides, no? Alright, so with that said, we could cancel the squares already, no? And the value of C is now the square root of A squared minus B squared. And what is the value of A squared and B squared? It's 25 minus 16. And what is 25 minus 16? It's 9. 25 minus 16, it's 9. The radical of 9 and C. All right, so in here, we know that 9 is the perfect square root or perfect square. So we could get the square root of 9. And square root of 9 is 3. So therefore, we could have the value of C, which is 3. Okay, so I'll just erase some. All right, so in that said, let's try to graph first, plot first the sum of the coordinates, starting with the center. Okay, center Then, how are you going to plot the vertices? Vertices first. Vertices first. Okay. In your vertices, always depend on the center. Okay, center first. So your center is 0, 0, isn't it? So let's try to put temporarily the 0, 0 for your vertices. But you have the value of A. Okay, you have the value of A. What's the value of A? It's 5. So in vertices, we know that there are 2 points. No, 2 points. So it means there are 2 values whether you go to the right or you add values or you subtract values. No, you go to the left. No, if this is your x-axis, going to the right, going to the positive side, going to the left is for the negative sides, isn't it? Now, if you have 0, 0, and you know that vertices are in the endpoints of your major axis, no? Where is your vertices, vertex or vertices located? It's in x-axis because the principal axis is in x-axis, no? Located in x-axis. So therefore, you could add and subtract 5 in x-intercept. So your uh, value will be just like this, ha? Coordinate 0, 0, isn't it that it is 0, 0? 0, 0, you could have add and subtract 5 on your x-intercept. Okay? So when you add 5 to 0, the answer is 5. Of course, 5. Then 0. How about the other one? It is 0 minus 5. It will become negative 5 and 0. So this is the two coordinates of the two vertex. Okay? But we could simply input just like this, ha? So that it will not consume space in your paper if you're going to add. Positive or negative 5. Okay? That is the two coordinates already. If you saw positive and negative 5, that only indicates that you have two coordinates. Okay? All right. So if you have positive and negative 5, let's put it in here first. No, later we are going to plot once we have the other given already. Now, let's try to find the value for C. What's the value of C? It's 3. And we know that foci, no? Lies on the major axis. So it means okay? They're both in major axis. So we could found major axis is major axis your y-intercept is 0, then your x-intercept would be positive and negative. Because you have two coordinates. So you are going to add and subtract. Or later, we are going to plot that one. How about for B? Uh, B are the co-vertices, we call it, no? So if we say B, that is our minor axis. Okay? So our conjugate axis, not the principal axis, no? So if it's minor axis, of course, we know that by definition, minor axis creates a minor axis is a line perpendicular to the major axis. Perpendicular, it creates 90 degrees. So it means if this is your major axis, if it's if it creates no a perpendicular at 90 degrees, so it means your minor axis is vertical, right? Or horizontal, depending on what axis is your major axis, no? Whether it's x or y. Now, that means if your major axis is x, therefore your coverage is at y-intercept. Okay, so what value of value r? That value is 4. So you are going to add 4 your x from the center in the center. Why we have even negative 4? Because we also have two vertices. Okay? Now, we are going to graph them. Let's try that. So we have this coordinate. This is our coordinate, and this is our coordinate for yes. So let's try to graph them already. So positive 3, then 0. This is your focus. Alright, so how about for vertices? You have 0 and positive and negative 4. So your intercept is 0. So coming from your 0, you're not going to leave that 0 in your x-axis. No? X-axis is 0. Then you add that into factor. You're going to write 4 times, and you're going to pull down 4 times. Okay? Therefore, your points are located here. Okay? So these are your co-vertices. Okay? So good. So if you're going to graph one, it will look like this. Okay? Alright. So that is your graph. Are we clear? So this is your major and minor axis, which is our major axis is x intercept. No? And now another example. Let's try this one half. Always try to look for the center first. Center. You put center as center. Then your center is, oh yes po. Sige po. You just listen ha. Just listen already. So this is the other example. Please look up. So let's try to have our center. Which is our center? You don't have H and K, only X and Y. So your center is 0, then 0. Correct? Now, let's try to find the vertices, the focus, the co-vertices. Okay? And let's try to find the values of A squared, B squared, no? And the values of A, then the values of B. Okay? All right. So with this, we know that vertices are A, and it is the larger one. And co-vertices is our B, and that is the least one. Now, from the numbers in your denominator, which is the least one? It is 4, correct? So number 9 is the larger one. So therefore, this is your A squared, no? A squared is, I'll just write 9. Okay, it's 9. Okay. So what is your B squared? Of course, it's 4. Let's try to put right 4. So, are we going to find the values of A for your vertex and B for your co-vertices? We're going to put radical sign, and we're going to find the square roots of each given. No? So square root of A squared is only A. For B squared, it's only B. So we are going to find the square root of 9, which is 3. And we are going to find the square root of 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. Correct. So we have now the values of A and B. No? So let's try to find the values of C. How are we going to find the value of C? Coming from the formula of C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So in order for us to find the value of the value of C, no, we're going to get the square root of both sides. So we are going to cancel this square root of C already because it has radical sign. No? So you are going to have C is equal to the square root of A squared minus B squared. So what is your A squared? Your A squared is radical of 9. 9. I'm sorry. No? So C is equal to the radical of square root of 9 minus B squared. What's your B squared? Your B squared is only 4. This one, 4. So 9 minus 4, what's the value? It's 5, correct. So your C is equal to square root of 5. And what is the square root of 5? Can you find in your calculator po? While I'm doing this one, ha? Yes po, Luis? Sir, no more. No more. Could be two decimal places. Two decimal places is the default, ha? Hmm. What's the answer? The answer is 2.20. Did you round off the 2.24 po? Okay. Sige po. We are going to round off, ha. If you have a number and if your teacher, even in science, asks you, okay, get at least at the nearest hundreds. So it means two decimal places, you're going to round off that one automatically. Okay? That's the thing. Okay? All right. So it is 2.24. 2.236. So let's call it as 2.24, ha? All right. So the value of C could be square root of 5 or 2.34. Okay? So that is for the value of C. Now we have the values of A, B, and C. And for your vertex, no, and vertices, where are you going to base? You're going to base from the center. And in order for us to add and subtract, where are we going to add and subtract? Coming from your x-intercept or your y-intercept? Of course, x-intercept. Why? Because our major axis or principal axis is x. We could see that 9 or VA is located with the x value. So therefore, our A, what's the value of A? It's positive and negative 3. We're going to add and subtract 3 to your center. Your center is 0, 0, isn't it? So let's try to put 0, 0. Then you are going to add and subtract 3 on your x-intercept, then put the y-intercept of the center. Okay? How about for the focus? It's 0, 0, 0, 0. How about the focus? You're going to add your focus at x-intercept as well. Why? Because we know that focuses are the neighbors of vertex. No? So, if your vertex are located at x, so therefore your focus is well. No? So, 0. What's the value of focus? It's 2.34. You are going to add and subtract 2.34. Then your y-intercept is 0. Okay? It's intercept. How about your covertices? Covertices, these are your enemies, no? Enemy neighbors. No, that's the enemy of uh, of vertices, no? The opposite around. So it means if your vertices are in the x-intercept, so therefore it is located at y-intercept. So your x-intercept will be 0. Then you are going to add and subtract. What's the value of B? It's 2. So you're going to add and subtract 2. So in final coordinate, you have positive and negative 3, 0, and positive and negative 2.34, 0, and 0, and positive negative 2. Okay? That's how we are going to find the coordinate. And in plotting, once again plotting, 0, 0, vertices, positive and negative 3. 1, 2, 3, here is your positive ones, and this is your negative ones. Correct? Correct ha? Sige po. We are done in plotting. How about your focuses? It's 2.34. It is 2.34. It is somewhat around in here. This one. And this one. I just want to highlight something, no, with regards to your sit work last time. With regards to to plotting, I know you can do more and you can do better. It's just that when you have positive one, for example, let's just say 2.34 in positive and negative. You are going to put, let's just say 5.5, positive and negative 5.5. You're putting the positive 5.5 in here. Then your 5.5 to your negative, you most likely put input or plot the coordinates in here. That is 4.5 ha, because in negative you're counting go starting from your center going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one ha. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, so let's go back. I just want to correct that one because you will get messed up until fourth quarter if you don't know how. All right, so we are done at focuses, no? Done with the vertices and focuses. For the co-vertices, we have 0 and positive and negative 2. So it is located in here. Okay? That's how we graph. That's how we graph ellipse when the principal axis is at x-intercept. All right, so let's try this another thing. Now, let's have when the principal axis is at y-axis. No, so if you will notice, where is our A located? It's in y-intercept. Okay, so this is our major, or principal axis. No, that's why it's principal axis, it's y-axis. Now, so therefore, this is our minor. Okay, so let's try to have an example already. No, so first things first, kindly look, what is your denominator? Okay, what are the denominators? You have 100 and 144. Which is larger, 100 or 144? 144. 144 is larger. Therefore, it is the A. Oh, how does it becomes A? Sige po, I'll be calling ha. Let's try Luis. Luis. Why did we say so that it is our A?
because because it is the bigger number.
Okay, and if we say it's the bigger number, what's that one?
It is
What?
the major axis.
It is located in the major axis.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oh
Uh,
no.
it is the
Yes.
it is it is
It's
the
the
A,
A. And what is our A?
the major axis.
No. It's a bit there.
A
Sige, I will help you. What's the A? We could found, please take note, I will clarify. We could found A
X.
in major axis.
Yes.
And we could found C in major axis. Then what if we have C, the value of C is our focus or foci, isn't it? So what
Yes.
is letter A? That is our vertices.
First.
Okay. Okay? Sige po. That is our vertices, ha? Always remember that V is our A. So therefore, you always remember that A is the larger number. Therefore, it is placed in the major axis. Okay? So therefore, let's try to uh, find the given first. Center, of course, 0, 0. In the origin, we don't have H and K, isn't it? So find the vertices, the focus, what else? The co-vertices, the A squared, B squared, A, A value, and B value, and as well as a C squared. All right? So for your vertices, the value of it is coming from the A. So let's try to write what are the values of your A squared and B squared. What is your A squared? That is 144. And your B squared, B squared is 100. So in order for us, once again, in order for us to find the B and A, no, we are going to have the radical sign in both sides. So what is the square root? I will not put already the radical sign so that you will practice yourself. If you are going to find B, what's the value of B? Kindly type in the comment section. Sige po. B. Oh, yeah. What's the value of B? Correct, 10. So it is 10. No? How about for A? What's the value of A? Correct, it's 12. Correct. Now, if we have the value of A's and B's, no? So let's try to find the value of C. How are you going to find the value of C? What's the formula? Kindly type in the comment section so that I could know if you really know. The formula is C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Correct. Square root? Square root? No. Please be careful. We are going to input square root once it is only C. Okay? If it's C, that's the time that we have square root. Okay? But if we don't have, if you have the square, the formula is C squared. Okay please take note of this one. C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Okay? Gets Sige. Alright, so what is the value of A squared and B squared? Let's try to substitute the values first. C squared is equal to, what's our A squared? The value is 144. Then, what is our B squared? It's 100. So, 144 minus 100, what's the value? 44. So your C squared is equal to 44. Okay? So we are going to find the value of C. So therefore, we are going to find the square root of both sides. So cancel, cancel. Then you will have C is equal to the square root of 44. Okay? So do we have any more factors? Can we factor this out still, or can we find the simplest form? Can you still find 44 only? Can you still find? We have the final answer of radical or the square root of 44, or in factoring of radical, we could have C. What are the factors of 44? You could have 4 multiplied by 11, correct? So, is 11 a perfect squared? No. How about 4? Yes. So, we could have the answer of, we're going to find the square root of 4. So, what's the square root of 4? It's 2. So, 2 times the radical or the square root of 11. Could be that one, Okay, could be that one. Or if you're going to find the decimal numbers, no, you could just simply input square root of 4. I will accept that one. Okay? Let's just try to have square root of 44. Okay? So that it will not take time later. Let's now have the coordinates of each vertices, focus, and co-vertices, because we have now the values of A, B, and C. Okay? So, once again, as I mentioned a while ago, we are going to depend on this center. What's our center? 0, 0. No? 0, 0. And from your center, you are going to add the values of A, vertices yan its vertices, and B, co-vertices, and C as your focus. We're going to add these values to your center. Okay, so what is the center? 0, 0. Where you're going to add the vertices, the vertex. I'm going to ask, let's try to ask Jake.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po. Where are we going to input the values of A?
In the y-axis po ba?
Why? Correct. No, so it's correct. No, it is correct. Kinabahan. It is correct. Why? Because that is our major axis. Because we know that vertices and focuses or foci are located at the major axis, and our major axis is y. Because our 144, or the largest number, is located at y-intercept. So we're going to add from the um, origin or the center, we're going to add, what's the value of A? It's 12. So we're going to add and subtract 12. So in final, it is 0 and positive negative 12. Correct? How about for focus? Can you try to chat on the comment section the coordinate of co-vertices already? Ha! While we are finding the focus. So for focus, you have 0, 0, then add the values of C. What's your C? It's radical or square root of 44. Okay, so in total, you could have 0 and positive, negative square root of 44. Okay? Alright. So how about for co-vertices? If you have or you place the value of vertices in your y-intercept. So therefore, you are going to add it on x-intercept. What is the value of co-vertices? It's b, isn't it? So what's the value of b? It's 10. So you're going to add and subtract 10, then the y-intercept, which is the origin. So therefore, you could have positive and negative 10. I'm sorry, then 0. Okay, so this is your coordinate already. Okay, gets? Alright, so these are the ones. Alright, so if you're going to plot this one, let's try to erase this first, ha? Alright, so let's just say that this is your center, and your positive, negative 12 for vertex first, vertex. Positive, negative 12, 0, and positive, negative 12. Let's just say your positive, negative 12 is located in here and in here. Let's just say. Because the graph is up until 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Let's just say so this is your positive plug. Okay? So, how about for your focus? Your focus is 0 and positive and negative square root of 44. What's the square root of 44? Can you find in your calculator? What's the value of square root of 44? 6.63. Okay? That is the round, it's round off already, or only 6.3. 6.63. So therefore, we could simply say that your focus could be 0 and positive, negative 6.63. Okay? Alright, so you're going to input or plot 6.63. So let's just say your focus is a bit here and a bit here. Okay? So these are your vertices, focus, focus, and vertices. How about for your co-vertices? So it's positive, negative 10, and 0. So let's just say your positive, negative 10 is located in this side. Okay? This side. Let's just say this is your negative 10 and positive 10. Okay? So in this case, we could have the ellipse. Pardon with my drawing. Hmm. Okay? Alright. So this is our ellipse already. So this is our major axis, and this is our minor axis. Gets already? Okay, ha? So I'll be giving an example when, isn't it that we discussed when the center is at origin. So let's try. I will ask you first before we have an example. Are you getting the concept how to graph already? Get already, no? Is it easy, medium, hard? Hmm. Easy, medium, hard. Are you coping? Hmm. What large? Okay. So it's fine. Okay, sige. So let's try to deal when the center of your ellipse is at H and K. So we're going to add H and K. No? So these are the values. Oh, nothing is different. It's just that we just input the values of H in the values of k. You know this one already, isn't it? That when you have negative h inside that parenthesis, the value of h is positive or negative? Positive. Correct? Oh, positive, ha? Oh, if you have x plus h, the value of your h is negative. Because when you have x minus negative h, it will become negative to negative, it will become positive. Okay? Alright, so this is just the same. So when you have the principal axis, from your a squared, where is your a squared located? Thing goes by x. Gets? So that's the same, ha? So what is your minor axis? It's your B, co-vertices, eh. So where is your vertices located? Y axis. And this is when your principal axis is at x axis. How about this one? This is when the principal axis at y axis. You will notice that A is just located at your y intersection. Okay? And same goes by with D. This is your minor axis. Okay? Gets? Okay. So, this wait, ha. I prepared this table for you in order for you to have a graph. Okay? So, when you have vertices, okay, depend always at this center. This is your center, isn't it? H and K. So, you are going to add vertices or add or subtract A at the x-intercept when your principal axis is at x. Okay? O, same goes by. You're going to add and subtract A to your y-intercept when your A is at y-intercept. Get? So, same goes by with the co-vertices. In your co-vertices, that is the opposite of vertices. So, if your vertices is located at x-axis or x-intercept, you're going to input that what? At y-intercept. Correct? Same goes by at the other side. Oh, your foci is just the same. Wherever you add and subtract your vertices, that's the intercept that you are going to add and subtract as well. Okay, same goes by for the y-intercept. Gets? Gets? Okay. So, I have here the directrix. We are going to discuss this one at parabola. So, this directrix, I will tell you, ha, parabola is much easier than, well, I guess anything. It's just easy. No? Once you have learned the circle, ellipse, it's really basic up until the end. Type 1, type 1, if you are coping up. Type 2, if you are at the average. Type 3, if you have some kind of confusion. Type 4, if you need help. Go, ha. Don't be ashamed because I'm here to help. Okay? Because I already give the I already posted all the materials in the account. So you could just simply watch. If you are somewhat confused, 4, what's your answer? Kindly let me know your you don't you only have Nathaniel. How about the others? 2, average, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So I guess the only thing that we need here is to practice. No? Sige. So we only have 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the comment section, in the meet. So let's have this ellipse when your h and when the center of your ellipse is at h and k. No, I will be giving you an example. Let's try to have an example of Uh, let's try to have this one, huh? X, okay, 9 and 4. Okay, 9 and 4. Let's try to have x minus h squared, isn't it? And let's not put the standard equation already. So let's try to put 3. Then y positive 2. Okay? Squared. Plus, then this is 9, and this is 4. Now, if you will be asked, what is your principal axis? Type 1, if x, type 2, if y. What is your principal axis? 1x, 2y. Then A, how are we going to identify if your principal axis is x or y? Correct, x. Oh, how did we identify? Based on your denominator. Because if you have the larger number, it's your major axis. Okay? All right, so let's try to find the center first. Your center is H and K. What is your H? Your H is positive 3. 3. Then what is your K? It's not positive 2, it's negative 2. Oh, why did it become negative 2? Coming from this one. It's negative, oh. So it becomes positive because your K is negative. Okay, so go back. No? So your center is 3 and negative 2. Your vertices, focus, all vertices, A squared is equal to 9. It's your A squared. B squared is equal to 4. Then your A, automatically, we answered this one a while ago. It's 3. Our B is 2. Oh. In getting the A's and B's, no, we did we did find the square root of both sides, isn't it? Now, what's the value of C? We are repeating this, we are repeating the examples, just that there is H and K, ha? So let's just go back and find what is the value of C. The value of C is, not this one, this one. The value of C is 2.34. Correct? Our denominator is just the same. Okay, 3 and 2. So let's just go back. 2.34, ha? Our C is 2.34. Did you get how did we come up with this one? We are just copying the answers, ha, a while ago because they are just the same. Now, if we have the values of A's and B's and C, we are going to find the vertices coming from your center. And your center is 3 and negative 2. Let's plot 3 and negative 2. This is your center. So if you're going to have your A, where is your A located? X-intercept. So therefore, you're going to add and subtract 3. Add and subtract 3. Then negative 2. Correct? So if you're going to add from 3, no? You're going to add 3, it will become 6 and negative 2. You're going to subtract, it will become 1, 2, 3. So it is in this side. Okay? So how about for focus? So your focus is C, 2.34. You're going to add at the same manner. No? 3, positive, negative, 2.34. Correct? Then negative 2. Okay? Then, with that said, you could have 2.30. Where's that one? Positive, it's here. 2.34 and 2 point here. Okay. Now, how about for your co-vertices? Is 3, negative 2. Okay. And you're going to have 3, then negative 2. You're going to add and subtract. What's the value of B? 2. Only that one. Okay? 1, 2, and 1, 2. And you have ellipse. They're just the same. It's just that distance. All right? So with that said, I want to say goodbye. You may now go to your next subject. Thank you.
Brian, thank you, sir.